Number 3, this is the third and final mistake I'm going to share with you today. You are taking the cyclical success strategy, the cyclical way of living, in order to do more. So you're using this as a method to just do more shit, okay? So suddenly you realize like, wow, I've cracked the code for having more time. And instead of using the extra time that you're now creating or the extra energy that you're creating to enjoy your life, to spend time with loved ones, to relax, to rest, to do something fun, you use it and fill up your calendar with more work. There's actually a saying that that's not the saying. There's a saying that says you expand to fill the space you're given. And you can do the same thing with time. You expand to fill the time that you're given. So if you have a bigger house, you're going to fill it with more stuff than if you had a smaller house. And the same is true with your time. If you suddenly have more time, the impulse is to fill that time. And this kind of connects back to mistake number 1, which is you haven't addressed your mindset. You haven't aligned your mindset with this new strategy. So there might still be a mindset that's like, oh my God, I need to work more. I need to do more. Like, I don't feel safe when I'm not busy, when I don't have a packed schedule. Like, if you're someone who's always busy, this one is for you. And this is a big mistake where you're pretty much trying to like cheat the system in order to use this new time mender tool and this expanded energy just to take on more on your plate and just to say yes to more things. The thing is, this is another time when people are like, oh, I feel like it's not working for me. And it's not that it's not working for you, but your mind just totally skipped the part where you had more time and more energy and just started using it. Like, you didn't even consciously make yourself aware of it. You just skipped right on to like, okay, we're going to do more. What else can I take on? Like, you didn't connect it to the fact that you created this time and energy because of your strategy, because of your cyclical approach. So pretty clearly, this is just going to leave you feeling more burnt out, more overwhelmed, more stressed out than before. This is kind of like, I was never really into Harry Potter, but I feel like this is the vibe here. Like, the more powers you have, the more responsibility you have, right? So like the more you're able to control and like tap into this like ancient wisdom, which like, let's just call it like a magic power, like you have more possibility, but it also comes with responsibility. You can have more freedom, but that freedom also comes with more responsibility, right? When you take on more clients or like a higher paying job or a higher up position, it comes with more responsibility, but also with more freedom. So it's this balance that you're going through where, okay, I'm consciously going to take on these bigger powers but use them responsibly, because otherwise, if I'm not, it also comes with a greater downfall. Does that make sense? So in Rest for Success, I teach you how to do this. We rewire any and all beliefs that you have about rest and pleasure and enjoyment in life so that you really understand and you get to a place where even if you logically feel like you understand this right now, there's clearly something on your subconscious level that is not in agreement with this, where you don't need to earn rest, where it doesn't plateau your momentum, or you don't feel like I need to do more. You don't feel like you're lacking that momentum or that clarity. Like, if you are using cyclical living and cyclical success strategies correctly, you're going to have more time. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel more ease and pleasure. If you're not, that is actually a sign that there's something that's off about it. And it's not that it's not working for you. That's also, if you're like, oh, it just doesn't work for me, that is also a limiting belief right there, where you are somehow deciding like, oh, I'm special, it doesn't work for me. And I know that because I've done that. So like, no judgment, no calling out outside of it being in a loving way. So we really focus on rewiring those beliefs so that taking on this new way of working and this new way of living feels really aligned, feels really easeful, feels really good, because that flow exists within that. And the thing is, if we have been living in this old belief pattern and in this old conditioning of how we need to work and that we need to do more and we're not deserving of rest, and especially as women, there's this pressure to like perform and outdo one another, outdo ourselves to show that we're good enough, like so much more in a lot of cases than men, because there's that like, oh, I need to like get to their level and then beyond it. Like, there's so much conditioning there in order to feel seen, heard, accepted, successful, all of that, that this isn't just like, oh, you had one belief one time, like last week. This is like generations of mindset and conditioning. But I'm going to tell you, like, it's not going to take you that long to clear it. What you actually just need are the right tools and the right support in order to move through that and get to a place where you can really be in that state of flow, have the energy, like make use of all the magical powers, so to say, that come through living cyclically. in your success, in your life, in your time freedom, all of that. And the release can actually be quite simple. But if we continue to focus on the old mindset or keep trying to apply the new strategy from an old mindset perspective, then of course you're going to come up against resistance, right?